Hey friends, it's Dr. A. Welcome back to today's video. I'm joined by my friend Mike Mallory from RAD Roller, and today we're talking about feet. You weird feet people out there, get excited. This is gonna be a great one. You're gonna see my feet, you're gonna see Mike's feet, we're gonna talk about a foot massage, all these good things. And the first thing I wanna say is it's an underlooked aspect of health is how healthy our feet are. And I've seen so many people in their 7th and 8th decade of life when you have them take off their shoes and you see that they have hammer toes and damaged feet. And the second you lose strong feet, you lose your ability to translate force into the ground. You lose your point of stability. You lose your athleticism. And quite frankly, we're just not made to wear these tight-fitting shoes that are cramping our feet. The human mechanism is designed to actually have good sensation on the foot, to get a little barefoot. And so Mike's gonna run us through a routine that he has used to rehab pretty significant ankle and foot injuries. So that's gonna be cool to watch, but I'm gonna show you a couple little things that have been relevant to my foot health journey. The first thing is it's good to start to get barefoot, to take shoes off, or at the very least, wear a wide toe box shoe. So this is a Vivo barefoot shoe. Our friend behind camera, Catherine, gave me her shoe. Yummy. So that's good. And the other thing is toe spacers. You may have seen people have these. I have some on my left foot here. What this does is really rechange your foot to create more space between those toes and widens out that toe box. This is foundational stuff, and you're gonna find that you feel so much better when you do this work. But obviously, this is just part of it, getting the right footwear, using toe spacers. There's some stuff we can do when it comes to foam rolling myofascial that's gonna help. So Mike, run us through, and in the process, I think I'd love to hear a little bit about your injuries and the stuff that you've rehabbed throughout this process.
Yeah, totally. So I smashed up both my legs 2 years ago. Basically I had a full tib-fib fracture here. You can see the scar on the front and maybe one on the side, but we don't need to look at my feet too long. But basically I turned this ankle into 20 extra bones. Wow. So the ankle is very complicated. It's actually kind of hard to rehab. Yeah. Always check your landings if you're a skier. But essentially what myofascial release gave me was the ability to move. So what I found in my rehab is when I was trying to flex forward, the joint would pinch. Mm-hmm. I can't stretch it out. I can't exercise it out. What I actually had to do was effectively release the back of my calf to get that extra range of motion, so then I could exercise into it. Mm-hmm. So starting with kind of the basics, we're gonna work with the Neuro Ball here. So this has a texture on the top of it. And what that texture does, these are little spikes. It actually provides a lot of nervous stimulation. So I don't mean nervous like anxiety, I mean your nervous system. Your feet have a ton of receptors on the bottom of them, nerve endings. So what we want to do is try to stimulate those, try to wake up the feet, because that information feeds back to the brain, which then feeds back to the hip, and the circle continues. So I've got this right on the center of my foot. Yeah. And I'm just kind of exposing this transverse arch. That's the arch that runs this way. Yeah. I'm trying to wrap my foot around that thing.
Yeah, that looks good. I just see it's creating space through here. I almost want to press and create space. That's beautiful.
Totally. I mean, this not only feels good, it's just really important to wake those feet up. And then I'm going to go to the second spot here, which is right in front of the heel. I'm going to press that heel down. And not only am I feeling that kind of stretching myofascial release kind of feeling, but I'm really feeling that stimulation from those little spikes.
And that's information to your brain. This is sensory tracts to your brain. So I'm also whether or not you have foot issues or dysfunction, if you have kids that are looking to be more athletic, or if you're a runner and you often I'm pounding a lot of pavement, this is stuff that's gonna help your body heal and function better when there's more sensory feedback. So that seems really relevant to do this. I love that.
Secondly, we want to work on the shin.
Yep.
So an old Ida Rolf quote, a flat foot is a flat shin. Now whether you have flat feet or not, you really want to have the awareness and you want to find out what's going on in the back of that calf. So what we'll do, so I'm going to stick this right in front of me here. This is the block. This is a RAD roller. You can use any type of yoga block for this. I'm just going to set my Achilles tendon right into that spinal recess, and you can use that extra foot for added pressure. And I can even lift up onto it and just slowly pressurize those tissues. You know, what I really want to do is, I want to feel what's going on underneath the surface. We've got a lot of tendons and musculature running up the sides of the calf here. And one might be tight on one side, loose on the other, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But you really want to follow this all the way up the whole calf to kind of find out if there's anything in there that needs to be worked on. Because typically, it'll unlock a huge range of motion in your foot.
And you said something profound to me earlier that has really stuck with me. It's like a lot of us recognize that the muscles that actually move the hand, they live in the forearm, right? We can feel tension in these muscles moving the hand. The muscles that move the foot, a lot of them live in the calf compartment, in the lower leg compartment. So it's like we have foot issues, we got to work upstream. I'm even feeling this, like I feel tightness back here. Even me just pinching this and doing this kind of like circular rotation feels great. And we forget to do this kind of stuff, like let alone if we even foam roll our calves, like this is important. And now tell us about this. You slightly changed the angle here.
So I switched up here, I'm on the side. This is mostly peroneals out here. You can also go in front to the tib anterior. You don't need to know all this anatomy. All you really need to do is explore. I mean, one of my things I really like is just encouraging people to just see what's underneath the surface. It's something people are typically afraid to do, but it's a very safe thing to do.
Yeah.
So what this helps me do personally is it unlocks this flexion in my foot.
Yeah.
Which I otherwise would not have. And when I got done with this injury, I was literally at zero. I had to start at zero range of motion, you know, in a wheelchair for 6 months. So
Dang.
this got me totally back to normal.
That's profound.
Yeah.
And like, so if anyone's out there and you're having any kind of foot dysfunction, foot pain, wake that foot up. Get some of these sensory balls, like those Neuro Balls from RAD Roller, great, right? You get this, it's good for your kids, it's good for you. I mean, phenomenal. Wake up that bottom of that foot, get some toe spacers, change out your shoes, start to roll this upstream stuff. I mean, again, I think this is like the perfect stuff to do at the end of a long day. Like, let's say you're a nurse and you're on a long shift, you're on your feet all the time. Like, this should be a part of your like work routine and recovery routine. If you're a runner and you're working on articulating on that pavement all the time, like eventually some kind of pattern and stuck pattern is gonna happen. This will help open all this up. So really elucidating, and the fact that you were able to bring this back in 2 years with this stuff from a tremendous skiing injury to this is substantial. So
yeah.
It's a testament to the tools you have and the work you do. So we appreciate you, brother. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Love that you're a part of this series here, and like there's probably an area of your body you want to work on, maybe your shoulders, maybe your low back. We are doing videos on all of this, so make sure you zone in on those, start to follow along with Mike and the great routines he's putting forth for us. And of course, check out RAD Roller. There's going to be links in the description. You can use the promo code FITFAMILY for a discount on any of these products. They're also hosted on our FitFather and FitMother stores, so if you go over there, you can actually buy RAD Roller products. And I am such a huge fan. I mean, look at this. Modular design, getting it in. And once you have the tools and they're there for you, you're actually going to be consistent. And this is one of the things. You watch this video, unless you actually go do this stuff, you're just gaining information, but no more range of motion. So let's get your range of motion, get these tools. Thank you so much, my friends. We'll talk to you very soon.